Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seales, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town.
I always add that.
I know, I just wanted always to have like a Jenny Jones, remember Charles Perez? Yes. Charles Perez type show. Where did they do that at the top of his show? I don't know. But Dan, you said it reminds you of the WWE.
Yeah, just like chance. The whole infrastructure of that company is built on chance.
It's C-H-A-N-C-E or C-H-A-N-T-S?
Both. Actually, I think if you break it down, much like with NFL, when they see how much gameplay there is, it's 87% chance.
Chanting.
And 13% actual undetermined wrestling.
Well, I'll come right out and be transparent and say that's our
transparent
attempt to try and transparent. Whoa! Thank you. That's Sam Richardson, our guest on the show today. You know him from Veep. You know him from Detroiters. You know him from movies. You know him from
Taming of the Flu.
Taming of the Flu.
Taming of the Flu years ago.
We're gonna get into it.
Was that an old? That was an old Second City show.
That was an old Second City show that I understudied in, and then I came into a couple others after that.
What was the one after that?
After that was, spoiler alert, Everybody Dies.
Oh, man.
Well, you're the first person to make it through Second City and come out here and actually do a project that's existed in Hollywood.
Yeah.
We're really talking the one guy who made a guy.
They made me a flag.
Hey,
you guys, to this day, Sam has my favorite all-time Second City joke.
Let's hear it.
For me personally, of the ones that I saw.
Wait,
live.
okay, stop. Before you do that, I just want to get to my point, which was I'm trying to create a chanting situation for whenever we do a live show. All right, that's fine. Whatever.
It'll happen.
But before you say what the joke is,
yes,
do you, Sam, have in your mind what you think the joke is? No, you said so many jokes that were memorable.
You know what I mean? Like I was a joke machine.
Yes.
Back at Second.
If I had to guess what you think it is, it probably has to do with talking to your nephew.
Oh, that was a favorite of mine. Yes. I like that one.
That was one of those sketches.
What is the sketch?
Deal. He could. Am I wrong that if they would have let you, you could have done 25 minutes?
I could have easily done 25 minutes or half an hour.
Yes.
Just as Uncle Charles was that character.
Uncle Charles talking to a kid who was not there.
Just giving advice, bad advice from an uncle,
and he laughs at.
And laughs at himself and at least you know what you need to do.
He's sitting on stage eating, what was the bag?
It's a bag of Cheetos, like Cheetos Puffs.
Yeah.
And then at a point, so I and then I pull out a fillet of fish from the bag.
All of a sudden, it's like a cartoon level reveal.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So a fillet of fish, and then keep on going. Like I get to chew. And the benefit was I get to eat a fillet of fish every day on the show. Yeah.
And then at the end,
is that a benefit?
It was at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Feel you. They have to.
Then I pull out a Dr. Pepper full, like 2-liter bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Out of the same bag.
Out of the same bag. People couldn't believe it.
Huge laugh each time.
Of course.
Huge. And it's this uncle telling his nephew, like, why you don't. Is it do get a job or never?
You don't need to get a job.
Yes, never get a job.
You want to live at home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Out there in your lifetime, the money you save is like $150,000.
He's got it worked out.
He's got it worked out.
Uncle Logic.
But my favorite joke. So there was a scene where.
Office people.
Yep. How do you know?
I just kind of know these things. Yes. I'm a Sam Richardson encyclopedia.
I know almost all the
you're
things.
Good at that topic.
He's almost been living
it's
with
like a
this.
living Wikipedia of Sam Richardson. So Sam is on stage. There's like the cast becomes the props in this office. So one scene you'll be in like an office and somebody's literally portraying the table and somebody's portraying like the plant. And then they'll be like in the lobby and those people who were the table and plant are now actors in the scene and the people who were actors in the scene before are now representing some sort of setting of the set.
Great idea. Right.
And there's a line where Sam is playing Black Jesus.
Yeah, like I'm like in a room in the office, is like as a
hanging on the wall,
on the wall,
and they like had to move it around, and
get
then
that Jesus out of there.
Yeah, people are getting fired or something, and like somebody yells. I think it was Shelley. She yells, "Well, are we gonna get Black Jesus out of here too?" And then, do you remember what you say?
It's like, you mean regular Jesus?
And every time, because he's not alive, he's like a prop.
Right.
So the audience's focus is on Shelley saying, like, are we going to get Black Jesus out of here too? And he just comes alive, turns his head from the side to look at the audience, goes, "You mean regular Jesus?" And it every time killed me. Because I was an usher. Like, I would show people their seats and I would just stand
and watch and look at where we are right now. Yeah. So I say, with all of that in mind, what were you about to say?
No, I was just agreeing with you, but doing it physically to draw attention to myself.
That's right. He was just arms up in the air.
Podcast pro.
No, so we are all here and we're going to all create comedy together, hopefully, and have our own come to Black Jesus moment on this show.
You mean real Jesus?
That's right. Come to real
Still
Jesus.
Funny.
Still funny every time. Even as him saying it as your joke, still funny. But let's get into it and then we can talk to more about Sam's projects he's got coming up. But I know we got a story, Dan, and I know it's like burning through your pocket.
We do.
We got to release it.
We do. Okay. Let's go. Ready?
Yes. Yeah, I'm ready.
Sent in by @Rocktopus Prime. ROCKTOPUS.
That is combining a lot of things.
It is.
Rocktopus,
rock and roll octopus,
rock and roll octopus, and the Transformers.
Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. And it works, though.
Yeah.
works.
What are the
Rocktopus.
3 things you love more than anything? Well, I love rock. I love octopus.
Love octopus.
I mean, I can't.
I'll go to a sushi place and they'll say, "Do you want a California roll?" And I'll be like, "Does it have octopus in it?"
They say no.
No, and then I get up and I leave.
But
You
before
did.
I leave, I say it should.
It should.
And I'll knock over the high sodium
It's funny.
soy
though-
sauce in an act of just aggression.
It's funny though. Names like Rocktopus Prime could either be a extremely successful rapper or a low-level cover band.
Or this just could,
Just on the name.
Or a character in like a kid's cartoon.
Oh, for sure.
It could be Fred Snyder's like fake his Twitter.
Yeah.
Fred Snyder from the B-52.
True. That's it's like if you hear him say it. Then
Well,
it
it's
makes
like,
sense.
but aren't you?
I got a Rocktopus Prime and it's on the road.
That's
Let's
solid.
rock the puss. Everybody knows.
Rock Puss,
This
baby!
is how naive we were growing up in St. Louis. Like for a while, I didn't realize Fred Snyder was gay. I was like, he's hanging out
You
with
guys.
these 2 women.
Two hot
True
women.
story. I broke the news to my mom that Elton John was gay.
No.
Yes, I was like 14,
And that he was
15
bald.
years old. I'm like, Mom, Elton John's gay. And she's like, Danny, he's not gay. And I go,
He's the Rocket Man.
I go, Mom,
He did the song
one of my
with Kiki
friends,
D.
I'm like, Emily Page just told me that he's gay. And then she's like, he sings songs about loving women. And I go, he actually never actually says women, Mom.
That's okay.
That's
so
true.
I remember I was high in my apartment.
Nikita Khrushchev.
in fact,
anyone?
even in Crocodile Rock, just him and Susie were having fun.
Right.
They weren't in love.
Yeah.
So your song, which is probably one of his
Yeah.
amazing songs,
Yes.
love songs. I was like high in my apartment. I forgot. This is like 2000, near 2000.
17.
No, 2000. I'm laying in bed and I can't go to sleep. And I'm like, what if your song was just about like like a good-looking, like 18-year-old, like
pool boy
at like a nice Four Seasons hotel. That's who
that's
he
where
wrote
the
that song
inspiration
about.
hit him? Yeah.
It was about
just
that.
to get into his pants.
Right. It's a little bit funny. And I'm like,
this feeling inside.
I'll have 2 more pina coladas.
I'm not one of those who can easily hide.
Except I'm hiding my sexuality to the world.
Exactly. Especially to your mom. Your mom is hidden from her.
All right, let's get into
Optimus Prime.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
It is all right for fighting. Bennett. We're just going to get sued. All right. Odessa, Texas. Mm-hmm. A woman is behind bars after causing a disturbance at Taco Villa in Odessa. We've left the bell.
It's Taco Villa was like, we know people like Taco Bell down here.
Right.
We will try and just get people on the taco part and just,
what was
say
it
it quickly.
In Coming to America? What was the name of the?
It was McDowell's.
McDowell's.
They got the golden arcs.
John Amos. Unbelievable.
That whole movie. Do you guys remember? I'm sidetracking again, but I talked to Marcus Ray, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Him and I were talking about that movie, and he said, as a kid watching Coming to America, at the end with the credits, when you find out that they were all Eddie Murphy and Arsenio, he said that was when his comedy mind, that blew his mind.
Wide open.
You can do anything.
Yeah, he was like,
plain old Jewish guy.
No, but it definitely felt like it broke. It
rules.
Broke across
rules.
a plane that like we hadn't really seen before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not since the days of Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that Cockney is on point.
Didn't Mel Brooks play multiple characters in some of his movies?
Yeah, he did. But he did. I don't know. I guess the makeup was really good.
Mel Brooks was
it was just these scenes where they let him go. I mean, there was something beautiful about that too.
And anytime anyone gives Arsenio any heat ever, I'm like, just go back and watch that movie and know that you'll never do anything on screen quite as funny as that.
Yep, that Preacher. And you can't
oh my God, that Preacher. But remember when Eddie Murphy did that SNL sketch where he was the white guy on the bus?
Yeah,
that is one of that and Kill the White People, where he does the local talent show.
Yes.
Dan, you guys are probably too young. I mean, those Saturday Night Lives were the ones that the Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo Saturday Night Lives were the ones that we would watch. And then go in Sunday school the next day, recite every sketch. Like those were ours. There's
one that I love because it ends on such a sweet. It's a Joe Piscopo, Eddie Murphy, and it's like Joe Piscopo's playing the piano.
That's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. That's Frank Sinatra. He's just like a piano player, and then Eddie Murphy is just like this guy who is a barfly. It's like he catchphrase like, "You know what I said? I said welfare." He said, "How you doing?" I said welfare. You know what I said? You know what I said? I said welfare. That I've got like a little amalgams of that character in my head since childhood.
Yeah. That stuff like comes
stays with you in every level.
In fact, and that's so sweet because the piano player is blind, and then I
remember that.
You remember that?
Yes.
Because then he gives a tip, and then he takes the money because it's so sad. The guy like has nothing going for him.
Right.
It was just this beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Heart in the sketch.
All
right. Well, anyway, so back at ticket. Yeah, we're at the Taco Villa.
She caused a disturbance at
Taco
Villa.
The assault happened. I love that they just we didn't even need to let you know. It already happened. The assault happened at the Taco Villa on West Country Road. Once officers arrived on the scene, they found this woman looks like her name, I guarantee.
Is it an onomatopoeia situation?
It's Scuttlebutt Rumblebutt.
Joni Gist.
Oh, of course.
You're catching my Gist on this.
It's goddamn Joni Gist. Yes!
It's Sam, in all of our improv, we could never think of a name that good on the show.
Yes.
It infuses so much about the person.
Well, yeah, you just say the last name, and that's what everyone looks like as she's walking towards
Joni Gist.
You're
listening to Gist in the morning.
Gist.
You're about to get the Gist special. That's what she said to the officers.
I'm going to show you guys a picture of her. She is the Reaper. Are you ready for this?
This
cannot wait.
This equals death.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Look at that neck indentation.
You could put an apple in that.
Yeah, Joni
That
Gist.
is the physical manifestation of meth.
Yeah.
Do you fear the Reaper?
Well, that is like
I do not because I am.
If meth
She
became
is
a
like-
human.
She is a deep breath inward.
Yeah.
And then live life, I guess.
We talked about before, she's one of these people that likes to, I guarantee, give all of her negative information on the exhale. Takes a drag of the cigarette. No, fuck that guy.
Yeah. No, man. I got to Those kids didn't understand. Those kids didn't understand.
They ain't even give me nothing for Mother's Day. Had to go over to Taco Villa and try and get these with old expired coupons. They wouldn't take none. Of course I'm going to start a saying.
And if you're mad,
would you?
Then I fuck
Wouldn't
them.
you? Wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you?
Blame those goddamn kids. You're mad about it. Blame them.
Blame them. It's supposed to be the villa. It's supposed to be a nice place. It's not a house.
All right, Joni.
What?
Joni.
I'm going to make my point, mate.
Can we just talk you over here for just a, can we just talk away from
minute? Don't touch me. First off, don't touch me.
No one's touching you.
All right. It's a pre-warning. Don't touch me.
Okay, pre-warned.
Just stop waving your arms around and stop throwing bows.
All right. I'm Italian, so I gesticulate with my arms.
You're Italian?
Gesticulate.
You gesticulate.
Gist is Italian? Gist is Italian?
Well, it's like from surrounding region.
All right, so
it's a lake.
She's Texas. All right,
it's a lake.
Jesus.
Oh God. Okay, here we go.
What did she do? What did she do?
No. What did someone do to her?
This all happened at Taco Villa on West Country Road. Officers arrived on the scene and found Joni Gist sitting on a bench in front of the cash registers. I don't know why you'd have a bench in front of the cash registers.
I'm curious about the layout of this place.
I'm sorry, can you move? I've got to pay for my food. No,
this is here.
Just
one cop looks at the other. I'm going to be honest, Rich. I do find the aesthetics of this place very unnerving, and I'm a little upset.
I would start throwing some bows if it were me.
Employees told Odessa police she had just spit at them. That's always a fight.
Yeah.
And
that is the thing that if my kids ever spit at each other, I go berserk. I get so mad. I'm like, you cannot.
Well, you remember? I mean, they spit on Black Jesus. Remember?
Black Jesus.
Simon of Cyrene had to step in.
That's right.
You mean real Jesus? Every time.
Yeah.
Employees told police that she had just spit at them. I love it was at, which means she missed.
Yeah.
Spit at them.
It was in their direction.
In their general direction.
She's got a bench blocking
She did one of those old country, like, at their feet, like, come on then.
Let's go.
It's a warning shot.
Yep. And assaulted not only them, but Gist's father, who was in the restaurant as well, which means there was at least 7 to 10 minutes of like, Joni, sit down.
Come on, Joni. Come on, Joni. We got to get out of here if you can't handle it.
Joni, I'm going to need you to sit down. Joni.
I've been insulted.
Wait, you have not been assaulted. You have not been insulted. They just said...
She said insulted.
Oh, well.
You want her to hit you?
You've not been insulted.
I'm going to start swinging my
Go get him. Go get him.
You don't need them to re-salt the rim. Okay?
No, it's my right as an American.
Excuse me, can I get more chalupas?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk to my daughter right now.
Sir,
They're
can you
having a
move
fight.
Get on the other side of the bench. I got to order more chalupas. I got 3 kids out in the car.
Burrito for Dale.
Burrito for Dale.
Where are my
for Dale.
chalupas?
Burrito for Dale.
Just take it,
My
Joni.
name
Take
is-
Dale's burrito.
Burrito
I'm
for
eating
Dale.
this.
No, that's
wouldn't
for
take
Dale.
that.
That's for Dale.
I'm eating it and watch me.
Where are my chalupas?
Oh, guys, just imagine, put the image in your head of what I'm about to read. Gist's father, Ronnie, that's what I'm calling him.
Ronnie Gist.
I just named him Ronnie. I don't know.
Dan just
You
did
know
it,
what?
but that's probably right.
Call me RG.
RG if you're nasty.
Ronnie Gist
I am.
told police she had been drinking, and when he attempted to calm her down, she hit him with a food tray.
That's hard. That's hard.
Straight
Plastic.
That is a prison
plastic.
shot right
That is
there.
reaching for whatever weapon is. That's the Krav Maga of life.
Yeah.
Like she
That's
is.
Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And just the shake. The bumble. If it were a cold night in Odessa, the bumblebees in her hand.
But I just picture that, like, the waiter had come up, dropped out the little, like, food setting thing, put the tray down, had just cleared the last combo enchilada. She looked over, saw that tray.
Just
went right at her, right at Ronnie.
But
Anytime the police have to come and separate an argument or a fight between two relatives, if a family can't work it out, that is a sad situation.
Always.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
where we
hit
are.
Ronnie, and he was like, Ronnie got hit! Ronnie got hit!
Ronnie's going down.
Ryan's going down. And I'm calling 911 on my way down. And I bet he called the cops on his daughter.
According to police, Gist had red, glassy, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and smelled alcohol on her breath.
Yeah, of course.
Next sentence is what guarantees this goes into Dumb People Town lore. They wrote, but the story didn't stop there.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Hey, this ain't Taco Bell. This is a villa.
Yeah, it's a villa.
This is a villa. Goddamn villa.
Do you think the people at Taco Casa are like, not us?
Not us.
Not us.
They made a statement.
Very clear distinction. This may happen at the villa.
Their manager was like, we got to get in front of this because they're going to think this was Taco Casa.
There's going to be some backlash on the taco family.
Is this the place where we...
No, it is not.
Okay. Right.
No, it isn't.
No.
Sorry.
You may have seen our commercials.
It's the first thing we say.
Taco Casa, this is not that place.
Not Taco Villa. But located across the street.
Right across the street.
The story didn't stop there. When Gist arrived at the Ector County Detention Center, she became very combative with jail staff and other officers. I mean, why would the fight end for her? That's life. That fight never
Exactly.
ends.
You wake up fighting.
That's right. These are people who don't know how to cut their losses. You know what I mean? Like,
You're in a situation you can make it better.
You can make it better or you can make it way worse. You are not going to make it better by doing what you're doing right now.
I feel like we're all Ronnie Gists, you know? We're just trying to do something nice, have a little time with the family.
Daughter out
for
to
your
the villa.
daughter.
To the Taco Villa.
Took her drunk
so
ass
true.
to the villa to soak up the night.
The way you said it, she was already drunk when they left for the house. Oh, for
he
sure.
was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm putting some beans and cheese in this woman
Yeah,
to
chips
try
and
and
salsa.
calm her down.
Like it did when she was a baby. You know?
She was a drunk baby.
That is the duality of all of us,
He
isn't
fed
it?
her corn chips when she was 6 months old.
When she was
no
6.
teeth.
Yeah.
Here, eat this.
Sam, I don't know about you, but when I go back to Chicago,
Dumb it.
I know you're a Michigan guy at heart, but I know when I go back to Chicago, I'm like, man, they drink here. You forget how much of a part of our social lives it was, like when we were there.
It's the whole thing.
It is the whole
That
thing.
was one of my favorite jokes on Detroiters. It's like you're at the bar and like warm. You want it hot or cold? Your beer, and you're like, cold. That what? They're like, well, that's a stupid ass question.
Oh yeah.
And then you look down at the end of the bar and there's just an old guy drinking a beer that's steaming. It was such a hilarious visual that he's just drinking a beer. Nobody said he's like not even upset about it. He's just and I for one in that moment was like, what would a hot beer taste like? Probably not good.
No, probably not good.
Probably not good.
The guy who was that extra.
That guy was good.
He was so perfect because we left him so much. We tried to bring him back, but even in that scene, you know, we're like, all right, it's no lines. You just kind of like blow on the beer, and then like you see how hot it is, and like meanwhile we're doing the scene, and then you hear this guy like, oh my god, the beer is so hot, hot beer. It's like, whoa, all right, but
well, you can't say
anything
because we have to pay you. We have no budget. This is Comedy Central.
Cut his mic.
Yeah,
cut his mic. Why'd you mic him?
Who mic'd this guy?
Get the boom away.
He's got his own boom operator.
I brought my own guy. My nephew does a boom.
It's really hot.
Please don't talk.
It was really hot.
And then later on, we brought him back for another scene, and we were filming the scene, and the guy like looks in the camera, and it's dead in camera. And it's like we're like, cut! You can't look in the camera.
Yeah.
Tell me I can't. And the next scene, or the next shot, you hear him in the background. Tell me I can't look in the camera. All right, bud. You can't. And then the guy who was talking to was like, just like, please stop. I'm gonna get kicked out too. We're like, cut. You can't talk. He's like, all right, next shot.
No.
Telling me I can't talk. All right, you gotta go, man.
You gotta stop.
You gotta stop.
So you took him out?
We took him out, and we took his friend out too.
Oh man!
You know, I felt bad.
Tell me I can't say it. Yeah, he's like outside in a completely different thing. Why is he still Mike? Tell me I can't.
He's still picking
Take
him
me
up.
out of the scene.
What conversation is that coming from?
It's just a guy commenting on everything that just happened to him in a way that with derision. Gonna take me out of here.
Yeah,
we took you out.
Yeah, gonna send me home.
So anyway,
So she starts beating on jail.
yes,
officers.
staff and officers. After a struggle, she spit at the officers.
That's her move. That's her go-to move.
Then threw human feces on them.
Whoa!
Wow!
Now hold
Where
on.
did she get those?
Was this like in a satchel?
For the podcast listener at home, Sam's arms are up again.
Yeah.
Wait, is that in a Taco Villa chalupa?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the thing is they run it all together in one sentence. She spit on, then she threw feces. No, there's a time in between.
What
That's
happened?
an escalation.
Well,
sure.
she did just eat at
Ma'am,
the Taco
stop.
Villa, so I'm
Yes, it is.
assuming it's not hard to get the feces out.
But ma'am, stop squatting. Stop pushing.
I know what you're up to, ma'am.
Stop pushing.
Now, hold on.
Stop pushing.
It's
You
like
don't know what I'm doing right now.
Stop. I see
No,
your face.
I'm
You're
exercising.
You're
You are not
bearing
exercising.
down.
No,
I
I'm
am-
not exercising.
we
Tim,
if you have kids, we have kids.
Stop it, man.
When my daughter goes like around behind the couch, and I see her go over there, and I just kind of look at her face. I'm like, I know what you're doing.
Taking a shit.
I know what you're doing.
Couch shit.
It's okay.
Man, we're well aware of what you're about to do.
You just went behind that toilet and you just started,
man.
You know what, Neil, Jim, I'm going to back up a little bit. You guys feel free to stay engaged.
Oh, you want me to take this? All right, fine.
Why is she making a humming noise?
And then she says, and then she says, "Tell me I can't poop on this."
Tell me I can't throw that feces on someone.
I'll make this a supreme.
But in order for her to do that, she had to put her own shit in her own hand.
Yeah, exactly. And at that point, you lose.
Yeah,
Just was arrested and charged with public intoxication, assault, and harassment by threat of a public servant. Here we go, guys. I ask the three of you. Sam, you're our guest, so you can decide if you want to go first or last. How old is Joni Gist?
Now, we've seen a picture of her.
We've got a theme song.
Okay.
How old is Joni Gist?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age. Guess the age.
Okay, guys.
All right.
You got to see her. It's usually a tip I don't give you, but it could have been.
It could either hurt you or help.
By the way, seeing the picture is not, because you get the image in your brain and sometimes you're closer.
Yeah, that's right. Meth years are different than dog years.
I'm giving you no indication of her father's age.
True.
Here's what you do know about her.
She still hangs with her dad.
She's a day drinker.
Yeah.
Drink here all day, yeah. She's spry enough to still use a tray as a weapon, although not heavy with the tray.
No.
Yep.
Willing to fight
And
spit,
can reach behind her to
and
get things.
control of her bowel movements.
And yeah, exactly. Like to a T. Like a fireball.
Poop on
like
command.
Like
Poop on
a Dukin.
Yeah.
She can
She can duke on command.
All right.
What, you want to go first or last?
You get to pick.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Here he goes. What do you feel?
Here's my knuckleball. She's 26 years old.
Oh, that woman?
26, but
with
looks
the pick.
50.
Yep.
Okay.
26 with
Jay,
the
what do you
pick.
I was thinking I was going to go the same tack as you and go younger than I think she is, and mine was 39. I said 39 is a young look
what
for
would
that
you
lady.
guess if you just saw that woman down the street and didn't know anything about
54.
Okay.
54.
Okay, but your official guess is 39.
I think she's 43.
43 years old.
Yep.
Joni Gist is, play along, listener at home, she's 45 years old.
Well, she doesn't look good.
No.
Even at 45,
We're 45.
We're 45.
I just need to let everyone know we are 45.
But guys,
years
if I
old.
had said 61, would you have argued with me?
No, I'd have been like, yeah, she needs to like exfoliate.
61, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
All right.
Isn't that crazy?
First story, Dad. We're off and running.
Yes, we are.
Sam Richardson is with us. This is Dumb People Town, and I'm so glad that you guys are all listening. Hey, by the way, everybody who's listening to this right now, take a moment in the break, listen to these great people who are sponsoring us, but I want you to rate and review the podcast. You can do a one-word review. Great.
Yep.
Awesome. Dumb. Whatever you want.
Rate it on iTunes.
Rate it on iTunes. Give it 5 stars. That's how you help keep us moving up in the algorithms. So please do that. Take a moment to
I'll
do
go
that
one
right
step
now.
further. If you're in your car, roll down that window. Tell the person next to you, listen to Dumb People Town.
That's how
I'm
we.
listening to Dumb People
That's
Town.
how we build this thing out, and we come back more Dumb People Town with Sam Richardson and Dan Van Kirk right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Sam Richardson's new show is hilarious. Detroiters, if you're not watching it, watch it on the app, on the Comedy Central app.
It is so. I love your friendship on that show. You guys carry it so well. I love the music on the show. I love the theme song. I guess was that picked for that or made for that?
Made for the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great
Really
song.
cool.
And
I'm
we should
trying to
say,
it.
for maybe people who haven't checked it out yet, your partner on the show is
Tim Robinson.
who is, if you have not watched his episode of Characters on Netflix, I am still, I don't know, I watched it probably like 8 months ago. I'm still quoting lines from that. Just the line, "You guys pay whatever you think is fair," is one of the funniest things, and it's off screen.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yep.
it's so.
But he is really he
he's
was spent a little cup of coffee on SNL.
yeah, wrote some great stuff on
wrote
there.
some great stuff on there. But
And
you
just-
also kind of realize, like, there are a lot of really talented people who get onto that show, and because of whatever reason, they aren't.
Dave Keckner is a really good example and a good friend of ours, who, by the way, did some really funny stuff on the show.
Yep.
But in my opinion, has
underutilized. Michaela Watkins, another one who's just
incredible. But I think Lauren, for all of his, faults, is an unbelievable picker of talent. Mm-hmm. He's amazing. So for anybody who's on there, but your guys' relationship on the show is the one that I think needs to be the least artificial, the most natural. And I feel it. I'm like, oh man, I believe these guys are buddies. I buy it. There, no backstory needs to even be said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's real too. That's our we're buddies like that. Like in the show, it's not the exact, circumstances, of course, because we are actors.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You don't run an ad agency.
You're also a little more sensible, I'm assuming, than your characters.
Yeah. Like otherwise,
no, but the stuff you get into, I'm like, I'm in. I buy you guys. Even little details. I'm like, okay, I buy it from these guys. The basketball we used to do that when we were kids. Like we had a Nerf hoop in our house, and but our house was so poorly made that if you jumped too hard, there was a fear that you were going to go through the floor.
Our dad really genuinely, as we got bigger and kept playing,
and he was like, you guys are going to go through the floor. And so we learned how to jump really high and then land as softly as possible. So if we ever went and played Nerf hoop at someone else's house, people would be like, what are you doing? What game are you playing?
We're playing this weird mind
two bizarre cats trying to fucking play.
It's Pounce Ball. You guys don't play Pounce Ball?
You guys are just going at it. The pivot moves,
pivots and the back slaps, the hard checks,
hard foul.
I love it.
For that scene, hard fouls, Tim would slap me in the back, in the scene, and he'd slap me for real.
Oh yeah,
and
that was some real shit.
It was real. I'm like, come on,
man, stop. You're from Detroit.
I'm from Detroit. Yeah, we're both from Detroit.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to U of D Jesuit high school, and then I went to Wayne State University.
Also in Detroit.
Detroit.
Hey man, we went to Michigan. We went to University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
So y'all's are.
We know Detroit very well.
Detroit,
we do, and we spent 4 really formative years in that city and growing to love that city.
And in recent years, one of the guys we take out on the road with us, who is awesome, Dan's become good friends with Nate Fridson.
Love him.
Detroit guy through and through. Went to Michigan State. Very much represents the D, always around wearing a Detroit Tigers hat. Wherever he goes and sees Red Wing jackets or this and that, he's like, there is. And so through him, again, we grew up in St. Louis, but through him, we understand what that means to be a proud Detroit person.
Yeah.
And
to create a TV show where you rep the city in the name, it's very cool, especially with companies like Shinola and other really cool Detroit things.
Have you been back in terms of them being this is
come
really
throughout
cool.
the first pitch at a Tigers game?
I'm going to go to opening day on. I'm trying to go to opening day on the next week.
Wow.
I'm having a hard time getting tickets.
Are you serious?
Really? We'll get you tickets.
We'll get you tickets.
What's going on?
No, we'll get you tickets.
But
we'll make that happen for you.
Please.
They're not joking.
We're not joking.
I would love it.
We got Dan World Series tickets.
Oh well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 years ago, and I didn't.
We won't
have
to worry about that. We won't have to worry about the Tigers getting the World Series. No, the Tigers might be good. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see. I haven't even been so close on top of who the pickups were this year, but it looks like this will be a year we might go far.
Yeah, man.
Kansas
you have
City.
you got Kansas City, you got the Indians in your division, but you never know.
Yeah, I know.
Detroit's my AL team.
Nice.
Always. I was obsessed with Magnum PI when I was a little kid. I just loved that hat. That hat.
Look at how little. Look at how little.
You're as obsessed with Magnum PI as he is as obsessed with guns today. Yes. So there you go. It's a dude's obsession.
You know what? It's a trade-off.
Speaking of, shall we get into another?
Let's do it. This was sent in by Philip Owens at Proens813. Thanks, buddy. Obviously, for people who don't know, I say it all the time. Just tweet stories at me at Daniel Van Kirk, #DumbPeopleTown.
Please.
That's what this guy did. All right, here we go. Tampa, Florida.
Of course.
Why not, guys? Tampa police arrested
Jameis Winston. Kidding.
No.
Okay.
a 32-year-old high school math teacher.
I thought you were going to say a 32-year-old high school senior. It is Tampa. It is Tampa.
Math teacher.
1 of 8.
On child neglect charges after letting a 14-year-old boy drive while she was drinking.
Okay.
Now, in her mind, this is probably super responsible.
Hey.
Right?
She's like, she's making the responsible choice. He's like,
I'm not going to drive this kid drunk.
He's like an Uber.
Hey, you think you can drive?
Who's my little...
I'm going to give your ass 5 stars.
Get over here, little Uber.
Give you 5 stars.
Who's my little
I'm a
Uber?
math teacher, so 5 is more than 4 stars. So we know that.
You got a charger in here, water. This car sucks. Like, Sherry, it's your car.
It's your car.
Ain't no damn gun back here.
She's in the back. You're gonna want a signal up here.
So here, actually stop here real quick. No, keep going.
Keep going. Yeah,
that's wrong turn. Sorry.
Wrong turn. That's on me.
Break. I hope someone yelled at her, "You do the math" at some point in the course of this story.
Ma'am, you do the math.
You do the math.
I am a math
Can you do
teacher,
that?
so I can do that.
According to police, the names are perfect in Dumb People Town. According to police, Tara, 2 R's, Terra.
As in
like Firma.
Terra Firma.
She's going back to where she came.
6
she
feet
won up
down.
from Firma being her last name. Her full name, Tara Virgin.
Oh,
No.
boy.
Yep.
Come
No.
on.
Goodness.
Come on.
Ms. Virgin?
Yeah, but I ain't no more. You know what I'm saying?
Just ask this 14-year-old Uber driver.
No, she literally would be like, Ms. Virgin. She'd be like, am I?
Am I?
No.
Am I?
Said she had 5 drinks and was too drunk to drive when she and the 14-year-old were pulled over near the intersection of Kennedy Boulevard and Westland Avenue for people doing our Dumb People Town walking tour.
Enjoy that.
Around 11:15 Sunday night. This is Sunday night drinking.
School night. It's on a school night.
I will say this. She did make a good choice not to drive.
Okay, but the next choice was the worst.
Terrible
Bad choice.
Exactly.
But let's give her credit where some credit is due.
Do you think she kept asking rhetorical questions to the cops like that? What's worse, y'all? Was me driving or his ass driving?
Am I doing something that's illegal? Yes. Did I do the right thing by letting him go instead of me? Yes. Am I a teacher? Yes. Is he a student? You don't have to keep answering your own questions.
This is called balancing quotients.
Right, okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
You see?
Look what you have here.
I'm doing some Billy Binomial shit over here with y'all.
It's greater than, less than.
I looked at the binary number opposition.
You all tell me, because I'm going to say right now, Tara Virgin thinks she made good call. Okay? You going to tell Tara Virgin she's wrong?
Just, ma'am, please say the alphabet backwards.
If you think you made a good call, why are you taking your shirt off?
Let me ask you this, though.
Ma'am, put your shirt back on.
Let's be honest.
Put your shirt back on, ma'am.
Endangering the life of this child by driving a car he doesn't know how to use, I'm assuming, or at least proficiently, and endangering
He's
her
done
life.
enough, like...
Is this her? This is not her son.
I learned how to drive stick by video games. I was like, you got to get up to that RPM, then you shift. You got to do the clutch at the same time.
But we know this is not her son. She's 32. He's 14. There's no way this is her kid.
Why
just
is he
saying
No way.
Well, there's not no way, but
this
That's
to me
18-year difference.
Yeah,
Still.
but this to me feels like she's, you know what I mean? One of those like
here's
teacher.
to you, Mrs. Robinson.
But I do want to say, horribly wrong what she did. But if you think in terms of worse, like what's going to be worse, her getting charged with child neglect versus getting DUI and 10 grand or possibly dead is the better call.
That's what I said. She made it's the lesser of two.
She did it.
True.
DUI, I don't think so. And then put him at the wheel.
What was this event beforehand?
I know.
Now you're in Dumb People Town. You know what I mean?
Like, where are
How do we
they?
get here? If you start asking questions, how do we get here? You are a Dumb People Town detective.
Here we go.
Here's your badge.
Because you're right. It's 11:15 on a Sunday night.
Sunday.
So you know that somewhere around 6:45,
they started
she
drinking.
started saying to herself, "I think I'm hungry."
Yeah, and I need someone to take me there. All right,
Let's go. You're coming.
I think. Can you drive?
How
you know
did
what?
they
Don't
get
worry
pulled
about it.
over?
Just forget it.
How did they get pulled over?
Well, okay.
Is this
so
a tutoring
I think
session
they were pulled
that
over
went
probably because he was swerving or just driving super
I
slow.
drove by a cop and all they saw was the top of a head.
Which he nodded. The guy and the kid nodded. Gave him a hey. Say hey.
I got it.
Yep.
Got a hottie in the bag.
Police say that there was an open beer in the cup holder of the car as well. According to police, the teen is her boyfriend's son.
Oh, boy.
He's working that swing shift.
Yeah.
She wanted
and
him.
The last thing he said to her before he's working, do not
let him drive.
Take Jeffrey out.
do not. Well, no matter what you do.
Now look,
I don't want to end up on dumb people time.
What if that was the way? What if the boyfriend was like, now look, Tara Virgin, look at me, over here.
What I say?
Look, Jeffrey is gonna try and get you drunk, and then let him drive around. Do not do it. Do not do it.
I'm fine.
I'm not gonna pop.
Well, I'm fine.
Jeffrey, you tried to get me to do it. Last night, you tried to get me to do it.
It was a lapse in judgment.
Okay, well, you're trying to do laps around the goddamn block is what you were trying to do, and we're not having it.
Go to work. He's fine.
Y'all are good?
We're good.
Sure
He's
you're
gonna
good.
get your ass drunk.
No
He's gonna try and drive that car.
He's fine. Jeffy, you fine?
I'm fine. I'm an angel.
He's an angel.
All right. I'll see you.
Straight
now
from
I get off at
heaven.
11.
Straight from heaven.
Okay, I'll get off at 11. Work 3 to 8.
Stop saying straight from heaven.
Straight from heaven. You're going right back to where he was from.
No, that's not a good thing.
I don't know.
Tonight.
Do not say Jeffrey's going back to heaven.
Tonight, he's going right back to
No,
where he
straight
was
from heaven.
from.
Little hell yeah.
ticket.
What'd you say?
One way ticket.
Angel from heaven.
Jeffrey, what you look at me? What you look at me now?
Why
Straight
is
back
he
there
involved
tonight.
in this?
Son, you got a death wish?
Tonight, he's
Okay,
going
don't you
straight
me.
there back.
Don't you me?
I'm not gonna say no.
He's not saying anything because he's going straight back to
She
heaven
told
tonight.
officers, Tara Virgin told officers she wanted him, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted Jeffrey to drive her to the Waffle House. Now,
You go to a Waffle House for
things
one of two
first.
reasons. Yeah, you go there to fight someone, or you go there to soak up the night.
Yeah,
Yep.
you go there to sleep in a short stack.
you want to know what I love in this story? Tara Virgin has been a math teacher at Freedom High School for 1 week.
Oh
It doesn't say she was a math teacher.
By the
there for
time
1
y'all
week?
find out what I'm all about,
And I'm just going to say this in the best possible way. That does not add up.
boy. Yeah.
Yep. When released, she will be asked to meet with the district's Office of Professional Standards. And you know she's going to walk into that meeting
How
and be
do
like,
you get out of that and still work? This is how badly we need teachers.
if I'm Tara Virgin, I sit down, I look at these people and be like, I'm sorry, are y'all calling me in here because I got a DUI? Because I do not think I have a DUI. Did y'all call me in here because I tried to drive drunk and endangered the lives of other people by getting behind the wheel? Is that what you called me in here? Because Tara Virgin don't think she got a DUI.
She's the Ricky Henderson of teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
But every time I now think of a delinquent teacher, I can't stop thinking of vice principals. Like, to me,
Oh
she's
my
just
God,
a
that
character
show.
on that
Yeah.
show.
Character.
On that show.
That's great.
God damn, I love
All right,
it. I
we'll
love
see
it.
what happens with her. Maybe we'll check back with her. You know she's going to do more in this world and in this life.
I'd say
Probably.
this also. Last point. It's like she's teaching him how to drive.
She is
Fair enough.
teaching.
She's
Fair enough.
a teacher
Life
through and through.
She uses
And you know that, too.
life
She's
is her
like-
classroom.
Badge of honor, she was probably like, oh, did you pull us over because we got in a car accident? Because I don't remember us getting in no car accident.
exactly.
So
Captain, my captain.
Did he learn?
he stood up on the hood of the car
Yeah, exactly.
as she's being arrested.
Captain, my captain.
Captain Morgan, more light, Jeffrey.
Captain Morgan, my Captain Morgan. God,
Damn it.
Jeffrey,
So-
you
and
got a sense of humor.
She turns back to him and she's like, so long, boys.
There's just one of me. All right. That's story 2 down in the books.
Crazy story.
This is how we do. We have a special voicemail coming up from Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem, one of our... he apparently has a tremendous knowledge of street ball, which is I did not know.
He loves Escalade.
And he's
That's
always...
May he rest
always-
in peace. I believe Escalade
May
is
Escalade rest in peace. Always giving us little
new ideas for
products that already exist, but he thinks he's giving us the idea. All right, when we come back, one more story. Javier Bardem. We got Sam Richardson with us. This is Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Want to mention, are we there? Have we gone there or no?
I think we're there now.
Okay. We time travel in this thing because we record them ahead of time, but we are going to be in Austin, Texas, doing a live Dumb People Town as part of the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. We're hosting the ping pong tournament. We're commentating that. We're doing some other stand-up shows. So come out and see us if you're in Austin. And then in a couple weeks, we're going to be in
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
May 11th through the 13th. We have never done a weekend of stand-up there. We're going to do a Finding the Funny there at the Kansas City Improv. So get your tickets if you go to our website, superscholars.com. You can check that out. Are you doing any live stuff? You're fully
in front of and behind the camera.
Nice.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Stuff behind the camera too?
Yeah. You know, because I'm a producer and writer on Detroiters.
Yeah. That's great.
We're writing our second season now.
That's great.
Good for you guys. That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
I love it. Well, and of course, Veep coming out. You've got to love that. I just love your character on that show. Holy crapola. In a world of just absolute backbiting and terrible, terrible people, to have the rosiest, sweetest, innocent outlook,
void of any cynicism,
right? Of any cynicism in the most cynical area, like even more cynical field than
it's like a little. He's like a little toddler swimming in a tank of sharks. Just it's
like,
smiling.
he's gonna get eaten. Why is he not eaten yet?
He just keeps on grabbing those fins.
Yeah, how is he not eaten?
He's
He's the
riding
luckiest
on the back of them, having fun, and it's really
fun. I love it so much. So good stuff on the new season. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think the season's going to be really fun, really funny. It's people keep on saying like, "Ooh, can't see how you tackle Trump." Like that's not what we do on the show.
Right. No, but I think the political climate and the attitude towards politics.
We had Walshy on here and we talked about it. It's funny to it'll be a cool escape, I think, from what we are ensconced in. No matter if you support that guy or you don't. I'm assuming most of the people listening to this don't, but I think there's a feeling that okay, we need to get out of that universe and let's go to another universe where it's hilarious.
Yep. And that's what it is. That's what
they do.
That's what we do.
What a cool thing to be a part of two great series. One of which you are deeply involved in the creation of and behind, like you said, behind the scenes and in front of the camera. And then another one where you just get to show up and do their awesome words, which is a wonderful thing too, as I'm sure there's no pressure. There's a moment where you're like, wait a minute, is that shot set up I don't have to fucking give a shit about this.
I mean, it's completely, because you're like, oh, you show up and if something doesn't feel right, I sit down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And they do.
And they really do.
You can actually trust them that they're going to make
and
you
can
great.
learn. Okay, I'm sure you've learned from being on Veep. This is the right way to do this. This is the way these people are, and all I've ever heard from anyone who's ever worked on that show is that you're treated really well. And this is the right way to rehearse something and work on it with people so that you get it right. So then you take that and then you go over to your show and you're like, hey, maybe we can employ some of that over here.
Yeah, exactly. Cause Veep is been the best working experience I've ever had, you know? So hopefully I think I tried to bring some of those attitudes to the set of Detroiters.
I'm so excited for us to be a part of season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you laughing?
I was laughing because I think you must have read my...
No.
Sam, I wanted to say your feature work stuff too has been great, man.
Oh,
like Mike and Dave, Need Wedding Dates,
really
and We're the Millers, all that stuff was so good.
By the way, I love that movie. I saw Mike and Dave on a plane and I was like, shit.
Really
great
funny.
Performances. Great performances from you. Great performances from Alice Wetterlin was fucking hilarious.
Crushed his cousin Terry.
Did you have fun doing the Comedy Jam?
I had a great time doing the Comedy Jam. It was I've never experienced like that before. The Comedy Jam is on Comedy Central.
Yeah, we've done it live. We've done the goddamn Comedy Jam. We're doing it in
live
Austin.
Moon Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. But I
did Ballroom Blitz?
I did Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
So you see, the thing I was most like nervous about was like the story.
Yeah.
Beforehand, because like I'm not a stand-up, so I'm like, let me at least try and like set these up like with jokes, but not just telling a story. But then like I got to have Tia Carrere come out and sing this song with me because my story was about like how I grew up watching Wayne's World.
Yeah,
and
she had a python on her.
She had a python on her, and like it touched me.
Yeah,
and I was like, Campbell, wait up.
Oh man, was that just so invigorating? Like
so invigorating to do it with the audience like there, and like they're so into it. There's like a full-on rocking band behind you.
Full band.
Whoa.
That's so cool.
It's really cool.
All right, you ready?
Let's jump in.
Okay, sent in by Daddy Rich at Dipotocki. I don't know. DPOTOCKI at DPOTOCKI. Daddy Rich. All right. Police say a 52-year-old man decided a grocery store was a good place for cocktail hour on St. Patrick's Day.
Look, it's St. Patrick's. You cannot everywhere.
That one.
Yeah. What did I say? I saw a woman on St. Patrick's Day in the morning. I was at a bar in Ann Arbor, and I watched her drink an entire pitcher. While three dudes watched her drink an entire pitcher of beer, throw the pitcher over her shoulder right as another woman walked in the bar and it hit her in the head. And I was like, this is St. Patrick's Day. You got to be looking out for flying pitchers
and drunk guys
and drunk
people
in grocery stores.
I mean, remember, it was St. Patrick's Day when we saw that woman asleep in her own breasts on the hill.
That was in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day.
I was like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, this is St. Patrick's Day. I saw a woman just fall asleep in her own boobs.
In Chicago, like, we would go to the Southside Irish Parade, and I mean, that would start at like 7 a.m. One year, we ended up at Chipotle just drinking margaritas.
They serve margaritas at Chipotle?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yes.
They do.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I look to Sam for verification. Will we allow it?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
He'll allow it.
Yeah.
Full points.
Sam, you sit on the board of Chipotle.
I do.
And
When did they
pass?
shadow member? Like whenever they have the big questions, I'm like at the very head of the table, like in darkness. And then
what do we think about this? His voice is
modulated.
Yeah.
It sounds like John Glazer and D-Located.
Exactly. Let them have their
But like us drinking, we turned a Chipotle into like an Irish bar at St. Patrick's Day. This guy turned a grocery store into
his
a bar.
own bar.
He's like, oh hell, this shit's right here.
Well, first of all, you got olives. You got olives.
Everything. You got
everything in there. You got everything.
We're stupid for not doing it.
Yeah. How has this not been done sooner? I need more tonic for my gin. Go down to
aisle 7.
Go down over there.
You have corned beef and cabbage?
Got it.
Yes, we do.
We got both.
We got
both. We got everything. You think he just set up like a Costco and he got little solo cups and was like, samples. People
Sir, you can't do that, sir. You can't. You don't work for this store.
Police received a call around 3 p.m. That is the wheelhouse of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that's about means it's been going
up
on.
at 9, drinking for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 p.m. is the 3 a.m. 3 p.m. St. Patrick's Day is 3 a.m. any other night.
Oh, what I was going to say earlier when we were talking about like the dad trying to take Joni Gist to like soak up the night. He's like, in Chicago, the drinking there is somebody would be like, what are you doing after the show? And then you just respond with, what bar do you want to go to? Because it's already assumed. Why? What bar did you want? And remember all those times you would go. You guys probably did this too. You would go to you would want to go to a Mexican restaurant because you knew you were drunk and you'd get chips and salsa right away.
Right away.
And drop on the table.
You're that table that sits there. Can we get some more chips and salsa over here? Just keep them coming.
Keep them coming. And very little food.
Yeah.
Very little food.
We'll all have one fajita. That's 11 people.
I'll eat just the peppers.
And like, you close up at a 2:00 bar, then you go to a 4:00 bar.
Oh, I know. Go to like Nick's Uptown.
Yep.
That was where we would have pizza delivered to the bar. Oh, those were the days, buddy.
Those were the days.
It was Saturday night, those bars up till 5. Yeah.
We would do that on
every
Saturday.
night the bar would be like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I know.
What are we doing?
No, they're doing it to make money because there's people in there.
Do you want your beer cold or hot? Piping hot.
But the good thing is, like, if we were all at the ale house, if you hit it on a right night, sometimes they'd be like, we're kind of closed. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, we're close to some people.
Shut up. We got to shut the door. Just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Have your drinks, enjoy them, and we're going to act quiet.
I went
pretend like no one.
Past summer, it was like a Monday night, and I was in Chicago, and the tamale guy showed up at the Ale House on a Monday night. I would have never thought that the tamale guy, for those of you who don't know, there's a guy who hits every bar somehow, has a cooler
like
full of
Santa
the hottest tamales, and they're so good.
So good. We had them. Remember when we had them after we did shows it up, and then we grabbed tamales outside.
So good.
And we had Tim Kazurinsky was on our podcast.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
TJ Jagodowski, that was fun.
Man,
these are both the nicest men
ever. Two of the nicest dudes ever, but they both, and what I loved is because we did the podcast on Thursday night, is we were like, you guys coming across afterwards? And they're like, hell yeah. Kazurinsky's like, yeah, what else? What do you mean? What else are we doing? I was like, I love this.
So police received a call around 3 p.m., March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, of a man mixing vodka and juice and being belligerent inside the grocery store.
It's not enough for him to do it. He's got to now get on belligerent. People. It's like, you know what?
What?
If you weren't being a dick, this is not a story.
Turn that kid around. What?
You keep on saying what, and he's looking at
what?
you. Saying what?
The man.
Guys, am I mixing this too loud? What do you got a problem with this?
You ready for the best part?
Oh, I'm not supposed to pee in the tortilla chips. I'm the asshole.
Ooh, new rules.
Can I get an application? You ready for the best part of the story? The man bought the booze that he was drinking elsewhere and took it to the grocery store.
That's a slap in the face.
That is a slap in the face.
Do you think he just needed cups? Or just a plate?
He was trying to do a price match.
Guys, this is way
overpriced.
I bought this down the street at the 99-cent store.
Less.
So that's your own brand. It says he's got 3 X's on the bottle.
Self-talk, goddammit.
That is a hollowed out Drano bottle. I don't think you should be drinking.
You call it a bathtub, I call it the fermenter.
Police Department Public Safety Information Officer Jeff Brown. He said that workers
born to be a cop.
Born to be a cop.
Yep. Workers
Jeff
told
Brown,
police,
white and racist. When you say that.
maybe.
Hates his last name.
Yeah, Jeff Brown. Yeah,
hates his own
everything that has to do with his last name.
He said that workers told police the man was drinking the concoction in the store and refusing to leave. Yeah. And like you guys are saying, I picture before they said a word to him, he had already started to refuse to leave. Nope, I'm not going anywhere. You can keep walking towards my ass, and I'm not leaving.
Sir,
we haven't said a thing to you,
We just wanted to know if that you've paid for all of this stuff.
I paid for it somewhere else.
Well, you didn't have to tell us that, sir.
I price match your ass. You charge 87 more cents for vodka. I started drinking in here.
Sir, we're asking you to lie to us just so we can let you be. Really, honestly, we're not coming to
Don't let me be.
Don't let you be.
When police arrived, they did not spot the man drinking, but did observe he was highly intoxicated. Of course. Because he was laying in the aisle. Oh, you two now? Help me up, goddammit.
He's like, these Jiffy peanut butter bottles aren't as soft as I thought, laying on it.
But tell you guys right now, the brown tiles are lava.
Watch out, watch out.
Here's ready? They asked the man to leave, and he did so without incident. Police did not arrest the man.
What? Wow.
That's
St. Patty's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
That's
they got enough other things.
We're going to give you this one. We're going to and that's how you know.
It's like hash bash in Ann Arbor.
That's how you know. But that's how you know he was white.
Yeah, exactly.
He was black. He'd been shot right there. Shot in the back.
I hope not. Listen,
shot in the back.
But it's just a triage unit on St. Patrick's Day where they're like, we can
what
take
are we
going to
waste our time?
Exactly.
While we're doing that, we're going to get calls of a jumper.
Exactly. You're going to waste resources here.
Right.
This guy has set up his own tiki lounge in aisle 8. Yeah.
Police did not
torches.
Police did not arrest the man as they didn't observe him drinking in public. You can still get public intoxication. They don't care. It's St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
And his level of intoxication was not deemed a threat to himself or others.
This is like calling holding in the NFL. You could call it on every play. Or like a offensive foul or defensive foul. You could call it on any play. You could call public intoxication
but
on any play. Every single time in an NBA game, even in a college game, when two guys collide and and there's no call, the announcer always goes, "That's a good no call."
Yeah,
That's a good no call. They always point that out. So in this case,
they're letting him play today.
Are you saying on this case, this is a good no call? Good no call. Yeah. Let's let this guy go. Let him play.
St. Patrick's Day. The four of us, if we were in this grocery store, would watch this whole scene and be like, I think they're picking up the flag on this one.
That's a good no call.
They're going to let him play.
That's a good no call. Incidental contact. That's a good no call.
And you know that the cops helped him out of the store, kept saying, "You're good," to which he just repeated what they had just said. "I'm good. We're good. We're good." Without looking back. You know, he just kept walking.
Sam, you don't want to disrupt the flow for this guy, and I hate it when too many whistles. Ruin a good St.
Flow of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Game flow.
The police report was forwarded to the city prosecutor to decide if they wanted to press charges. Okay, guys, we're ready for one of our newest games in Dumb People Town. Whose home state did this happen in? Okay. Sam, I know you're from Michigan. So the answers can be Missouri, Michigan, Illinois. Wow. It could be in Detroit, it could be Chicago, it could be St. Louis, it could be any other city in those states. But someone in this room, Missouri, this story happened in their home state.
Illinois or Michigan.
Interesting.
Sam, again, am I first? You have the table.
All right.
You are the guest. Do you want to go first? You can go last.
I'm going to go last on this.
Okay. All right. We'll start with Jason.
The last time we did this game, it was Missouri. I don't think this is a Missouri situation. I think this is happening outside of Chicago, and I think this is an Illinois.
You thinking like an Elmhurst?
Yeah.
Elmhurst situation?
Joliet, somewhere around there.
This is happening in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is a Michigan situation.
All right.
I think this happened in, this is a Michigan thing. I think this happened.
Benton Harbor
in Bay City, Michigan.
Deep in the bowels of a Meyer.
Meyer Thrifty Acres.
You're closing on that mom and pop shop. I'm making a statement.
Yeah.
Meyer.
I mean, we used to study for tests at Meyer. Like, we'd go to Meyer, and because you just drink
MEIJER.
And we would drink we would get refills of Mountain Dew all night long so we could stay up, and then we'd get batty at like 3 a.m. after we
start running around, trying on the hunting gear.
Get on the camouflage and just chasing each other around the store.
Oh. Okay, guys. A 52-year-old man decided to create his own happy hour bar in a grocery store in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Boom.
You know where that is?
Yeah, I sure do.
There it is.
And it was a Meyer grocery store.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Half hour outside of the city.
I'm not going anywhere.
And you know what? He took his own liquor to a grocery store, started drinking, went home without arrest. He's considering that a
huge
victory.
Good no call.
Win.
Yeah.
That's a good no.
St. Patrick's Day.
Probably the best St. Patrick's Day he's had.
Let them play.
You've got to be great to make the news on St. Patrick's Day
for not being arrested.
That's
right. Amazing.
That's incredible.
Well, that is not the norm.
That's
so,
right.
I mean, that is definitely a special
I do like
case.
to say, I fancy myself as somebody who thinks outside the bar.
Yeah. That's his thing. Well, speaking of thinking outside the bar.
Outside the bar dem.
Outside the Bardem. Yeah. That could be his new segment here on the show. We got a voicemail from Javier Bardem. Very excited to play that for you guys right now.
This message is for Justin Sklar, the Ronnie Sklar, and the Sklar. This is Javier Bardem, and I have a invention that I would like to tell you about, and if you like to invest in this one, you can do it, but it is something that's very special. I've not seen it done before. And this is when you have a small child and you're looking to be able to bring this child in place, and you're not always looking to be on the carriage on the stroller and whatnot, then what can you have and what do you have for this? And I think that if you have a backpack, but you put it on the front, and this child can go in the front pack, and then you call this, I call this pack for the front, baby pack for the front. And these can be very popular, and no one has ever made this before. And if you like to invest in it, you can do this. But I'm only offering this to you because you are friends. And by the way, I like your voice, Mel. Let's say that's nice. But tell me if you can. But these guys are asking me for more inventions because all of my inventions have been so good, like Quickie Pop and the cotton swab that I call cotton cloud. But give me a call if you can, because this is going to be flying off the shelves, this front pack for the baby walk.
All right.
He always is bringing to us products that already exist.
And look.
Do you guys invest?
No.
Here's the thing. I think it's just that he doesn't understand. I feel like there are those people, and Sam, you'll get there soon enough, where you'll be so famous and you'll be so on such a level where you won't know how the regular world works
anymore.
So understand how it works right now.
Yeah, your understanding of the world will stop at the last moment when you relate it to regular
2017 world knowledge. So when you're really famous in 2025, your knowledge of the world will stop at the Galaxy Note 8. Okay? Like infinity screen, you're going to be like, that's all I know how to do. So I guess that's just the way it goes.
We're warning you for the future.
But in the meantime, we can tell our fans, check out Detroiters. Go watch it on the Comedy Central app if you got the Comedy Central app.
It is rated 87% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is a great show, and support friends of ours who are doing really cool things. That's one way to do it. And then, of course, watch him on Veep, and you will absolutely love him. And then whatever else he pops up in, because he will be ubiquitous all over the place. Follow at Daniel Van Kirk on Twitter. Follow us. We'll see you. Go see Daniel Van Kirk in Houston.
Yes, on 420. I'll be headlining there. It's a doors open at 7. Tickets are only $10.
$10 is a secret group.
Sell it out. Let's sell it out.
Let's sell it out.
Do a little tour. Come to Houston, then come to Austin. We'll
come
all
see
hang
us
out
do a
in
live
Texas.
Dumb People Town in Austin. Still working on the guests there. And again,
it's gonna
for
be
this,
fun.
guys, rate this, review it, and subscribe to it and tell a friend. Thanks, guys. We are out.
Dum 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 dum.